Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's World. The news stories are still abounding with the impact on the Iran war. Of course, as I record this now, Trump is talking about a pause and talking about possibly the end being in sight. The price of oil tumbled as a result, but it's still expected that mortgage rates will increase slightly. Banks obviously work on the swap rate, which is the rate that they can borrow between each other, and they price in future events. So what happens today will affect mortgages maybe in a few weeks if it comes off, but they'll all have banked their money at the moment with the current deals that they're doing. So mortgage rates still rise. Stamp duty receipts were up massively in February, showing what a strong month that was. And we are still phenomenally busy, finding that the market is not rattling things very much at all. So as there's not much going on in the property world other than chatter about that, and I gave you a bit of an update last week, I thought I'd do a bit more of a guide conversation this week. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about downsizing. So it's one of the big reasons why people move, especially in our glorious town, which is full of these wonderful big family houses. And it's a very valuable but emotional move to make, and needs to be taken very seriously. There is definitely a window at which that opportunity to move can become a reality, because you have both the emotional and the physical energy to make that move. And if you let that window close, you might be stuck for a long time. So if you're feeling a bit nervous but thinking you probably do need to downsize, here's my kind of top tips on how to make the move right for you. So the first thing to consider definitely is, what is the reason for your move? Predominantly it falls into a few camps actually. Either that you want to reduce the ongoing upkeep of your property, either the property is a period property or it's very large, or you have a very big garden. The garden is often the killer. You might be keen to free up money to either for your own retirement plots, to help out family members, children, grandchildren to get on the housing ladder, or for a change in your lifestyle, which might require more money, so giving up work, etc. Or the final reason, the location just simply isn't right. So you might be in the wrong part of the world for now, and that might mean that you're too rural, you're not near enough to amenities or a great bus stop, and you want to get something just a little bit more convenient. You future-proof a lot more and think through, what is it that I want to achieve from this move. And now getting that bit right as to why I'm moving will really make you make the right decision for what you then go for. So location is a biggie. And if you feel that you want to have that real walking distance to the cafe culture, restaurants, high street, mainland station, then you definitely want to be down in the town centre of Tunbridge Wells, or on a level footway to get to a bus route. Tunbridge Wells is really, really hilly, so that is a bit of a challenge. So we have got some lovely roads, beautiful long roads, but they are a long hill up or down to get to the nearest bus route. So certainly thinking through, where do I want to be and why does that have to be right? And that will mean that you make the right decision for you, and then one of the most important aspects, which will be the location. Secondly, don't let your heart rule over the practicalities. So think of those really easy living things that I think at this point in your life will become more important. So things like step-free access to a property, locations, I've already said, being near to great amenities. Period properties, they're always going to require more upkeep and ongoing cost. If you are buying a flat in a period property and it's got a really healthy, well-run management company or a group of residents that run it, that's fine. It's not going to be you that's going to be getting heavily involved in it. But obviously you want to feel that you're going for somewhere that's well cared for. Think about lifts to get to places, parking, EV chargers. Is that all easy for you? Some outdoor space, but not a huge amount, I would say. You want something that feels like it's quite low maintenance and won't be taking up endless amounts of your time. So really think through those practicalities. And then get your family to join you on this journey. It can be a really difficult and emotional move, both for you and for your children, grandchildren who are leaving the family home. But if they are on board and on side, it will become a lot easier for you. That whole sorting out, packing up, getting their opinions on the right property for you, making them feel really vested into why this is the right decision for you. Really open communication, I think, is absolutely key with your family. And just be kind to yourself as well. Downsizing, or I think it should be called right sizing, is probably one of the hardest moves to make. you're probably leaving that beloved family home that was the result of a pinnacle of climbing up the property ladder, ever striving, where you had your children, had formative years with them, um, lots and lots of happy memories, and a big house as well that you're looking to condense down. So be kind to yourself. It's a tough process, but it can be very, very exciting and very liberating. I've worked with a number of clients who've downsized, and when they're the other side of the story, it is absolutely the best thing they ever did. Frees them up for travel, get someone that's lock up and leave, and much easier to walk away from. And it opens up a whole new world to them. If they can help their children as well, that's obviously a wonderful feeling. So, yeah, do get on board with it, but be kind to yourself on this. It's not going to be the easiest journey. So some great properties that I've got if you're thinking of downsizing. A lovely flat in the Potteries that sits towards the end of the Pantiles. It's got a private balcony and no onward chain, so nice and easy. It's got the concierge service in the Potteries. It's really lovely. It feels very secure, and of course you are steps away from all those great amenities. Guide price 525,000. I've got two lovely single-story buildings just near to Denorland Park, Oakridge and Ashridge. So you've got to walk across the Denorland to be able to get to a sort of bus route. But if you're still able to drive, these are really, really great. They've got great garages, EV chargers, parking, not a problem, and they're single story, and the gardens aren't huge. So, and a really lovely little community. You'd feel very, very safe there. Great flat on Cumberland Mews. Location of this one is not a flat, sorry, a house, sorry, a terraced house. The location of this one is just superb. You are just off Mount Sion, so steps away from the High Street, the Pantiles, the mainline station. It's been beautifully refurbished, so you won't have to do a thing to it. And it's on a guide of £735,000, has a lovely courtyard garden, 2 parking spaces. Does have stairs inside, but I think the other benefits of that will make that a really strong contender. The Sapphire House, so this is up on the Royal Wells Park, just a smidge under 500,000, 2 bedrooms, low maintenance, lovely community, lift to your apartment, a really, really great one. And if you really feel you need the next stage and a bit more of assisted living, how about this apartment in the Dairy? Really good value, just under 200,000. You have all the security of living in a sort of warden assisted development whilst having your own independence and feeling part of a community. So a few there that might tempt you. I do hope that was of use. I look forward to seeing you next week. Who knows, I might bring you another guide too, if all that the world is talking about is the property market and the Iran war. But have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.